Government likely to launch COVID path tracking application. Your government has announced that they will launch a COVID path tracking application. By this application, one can know that he has passed the COVID positive case or not. Let's see what are the other details included in this. And this article is specially notification given by the Economics Times, so all credit goes to the Economic Times. Coming soon, a COVID tracker app for the government in the English and all major Indian language. Means that the government, they are going to launch in all Indian languages, so there will be a no burden for the other states person, so that they can access in their own language. Government is likely to launch a smartphone application to help users check it if they have crossed path with the patients who tested positive for coronavirus. Yes, by this app, the one will know that they have already crossed the path with the patient which has already tested a positive or not. Yes, this application will be very useful for the person who are traveling or migrating from one place to another. The counter of the app government officials told Economics Times is currently being examined by the committee after separate efforts by Ministry of the Electronics and Information Technology (MEIT) and the Niti Aayog, the government policy think tank. This official spoke off record. Means the two committees, MEIT and Niti Aayog, they both are deciding that whether to separate efforts being led by these two committee, and these efforts will be sure be benefits for the user when they are traveling or migrating from one place to another. They will come to know that they have crossed the path of the corona positive or not. So these two committee, they both apps, the one developed by the METI and the other by the Niti Aayog, officials said they were being beta tested and examined in details at the Wednesday meeting of the committee. It was ultimately decided that both terms should take the best of both apps. Means they have tested, beta tested, and the results are very positive. As they declared on the Wednesday meeting of the committee. And the both apps, they will take the best of the app, and they will include in the one app, and the app will be best out of the best. So this on this condition, on the anonymity, this app, the official added, it is likely to be launched in 1 or 2 days. And the good news is that this app will be launched within 2 or 3 days. Means as soon as the app is launched, we all can be downloaded and installed, and we can experience and observe the things around us. And one more good thing is that it will be rolled out in all Indian language. Means there will be a no language barrier. All the states peoples all in India, they can have their own languages preferred. They can select the language options, and out of that they can have access of it. Over the last few days, MEIT had been testing Android-based app called Corona Kavach. Means the MEIT had already testing the app. The app name is Corona Kavach, which would help user check if they have crossed the path of the patient who tested positive for coronavirus. Economic Times has reviewed a version of the app currently available as Android Application Package or APK. Here they have already tested this application, and the application name is Corona Kavach. And this Economic Times has also reviewed a version of the application, that application that is known as Android Application Package or APK. Now let's see the tracking of the virus. The application to help determine if the user cross path with the corona positive people. Yes, this will be very useful for the people if they are going outside for buying a groceries, and they are in the contact with the other person. How to know that the person is impacted or not? With this, the simple application, they will come to know that whether they had crossed the impacted person or not. Meanwhile, while after the person, if gets a positive, then also by looking to the history of the application, he will come to know that he or she has crossed the person which the person is now infected and is positive. So this application is very useful, and this will be available in the beta testing in English and all major languages. As I said earlier, Taiwan used geotagging, means Taiwan is also using this type of application, and they named it geotagging, and based on this, the electronic fence to ensure the quarantine did not break it. Yes, my dear friend, you can know that this is a lockdown in India, and whether the person has break down the rules or not, this can be easily known by this application. But there are more questions. If suppose person goes offline, then it cannot show in the application. That is the other case of it, so we will not discuss it now. We will go on the positive side of this. The South Korean government deploys a similar app called Corona 100 meter. In South Korean also, they have developed a similar application. They named it Corona 100 meter, which inform the user about known a positive case within the radius of 100 meters. Means the person you are in the contact with the other person, they if the person is in 100 meters, then you will come to know by this application. So South Korean also using this kind of application, and by this application they are having a lot of benefits. The MeitY officials added, will use the phone number. Yes, by this application, they will use the phone numbers to track it, along with the location data and the smartphone, and the match with her movement with the Indian Council of the Medical Research data on the back end. Yes, on the back end, this ICMR, the Indian Council of the Medical Research data, will be monitored on its back end. ICMR data already has the improvements of the patient who have tested positive for the virus, and this ICMR data, they already has the movement of the patient who have tested positive for the virus. And by tracking with the simply this Kavach use Bluetooth technology according to the official, which is similar to the open source Trace Together app developed by the Singapore government. So ICMR, they are using successfully this tested positive for the virus, and they are tracking with the Bluetooth technology according to the officials, and the open source Tracking Together app developed by the Singapore government. Now, it's also necessary to see the feedback of the beta testers. Niti Aayog, on its part, has also been undertaking similar efforts. Yes, Niti Aayog, they are being undertaking similar efforts to develop this application and to take a feedback from the beta testers. In widely circulated WhatsApp forwarded among the technology professionals, the think tank south support and feedback from beta testers. What they did there, WhatsApp, all the technology peoples, they are in professionals, and they send the application, and they sought for the support and feedback from the beta testers. The message with Economic Times has assessed said government of the Indian has been working on effectively tracking the spread of COVID-19 through technology. Yes, with talking with the Economic Times, the government of the India has already said that they are effectively working and tracing the spread of the COVID-19 through the latest technology. To achieve this, we had developed a mobile application that actively traces if you have crossed the path with someone even knowing who test COVID-19 positive. Means they are already working on the technology which can detect that they have crossed the path of someone who is even unknowing that who later test COVID-19 positive. Means this application will be surely helpful for the people who are tested positive or negative. This unnamed app, according to sources, was beta tested by at least 10,000 users. Means this app was unnamed and tested by 10,000 users, both as Android and iOS. Means this application is available on Android and iOS, so do not worry for the Android and Apple users. Yes, they have given application for both the platform. Economic Times could confirm it this interaction with the Niti Aayog app is part of the co-development effort. When contacted with ET, means Economic Times, Niti Aayog officials said it would be too early to say what from the app will take. Yes, when the Economic Times asked the Niti Aayog people that how this will be effective, so they said that it will be too early to say what the application will take us, because sometimes they develop the application and what the result they will come to know after the usage only. The soon to be launched official app. Yes, previously we have seen that they will be launching within 2 or 3 days, and it will be very beneficial for us to launch as early as possible, because those the person who are being migrating from one place to another, the official which are working in the field like doctors, nurses, some of the customer care people, some of the daily routine working people, they if they use this kind of application, then it will be very beneficial for them to track whether they had crossed the person who is tested positive or negative. And the sources said is likely to address some key issues around user privacy and scalability. Yes, there are some issues like privacy and scalability, because if you are going out, your path will be tracked, and if you are going out of your house, then there will be a chances of somebody come in your home and rob anything. That still can happen, but let's see the positive side of it, and we will consider the positive side of it, because there are many aspects of the negative, but we will go for the positive here. We have to ensure that it should work as effectively when millions of users are using the application. One more concern is that if the millions of users are using at a time, then it should work very normally and with a very effectively, because if it won't works with a million of users, then it will be of no use. So I hope for the best that it will works very precisely, and it is also linked with our GPS system, so it will be working very fine. Let's for the hope for the best. It might work very well in lockdown. Yes, it might work very well in the lockdown, because at the lockdown position you are only at the one place. One place means you are in a place of 10 or 20 meters. You are in a one room, so it will be a lockdown position, and it will be good for application, because your location does not change. Yes, because of this your location will not be changed, but we have to test all scenarios, especially post location ones. Yes, the other scenario, especially the post lockdown one, and this all officials has added, and they have decided to launch the tracking the virus by this application. So government is likely to launch a COVID path tracking application. As soon as the application is released, I will give you the link, and by that link you can go through it and install it, and you can use it. So stay at home and do not go out of your house. If any groceries are required, then only with the precaution only you go out, otherwise you please stay at home. It is the self-respect for whole nation, and within a few days it all be recovered, and let's hope for the best. Thank you watching my video, and please hit button if you like my video, and please subscribe my channel, and please share this video among your friends and your social group. Thank you very much.